Hi, I'm Steve. Tonight I'm going to rank the 20 Kiss studio albums. This this channel is mostly for movie rankings and reviews, but I also love music as well. I've been a fan of this band since 1983 when I was 10 years old. I've actually seen this band 10 times in concert. The first time was in 1990 on the Hot in the Shade tour, and the most recent time was August 31st of 2019 on their what they call End of the Road tour. That might be the last time I ever see them in concert, but never say never. Like I said, I'm going to do 20, rank the 20 studio albums. So I'm not going to include the solo albums, but just to give my take on how I would rank those. Peter Criss would be number 4. Gene Simmons would be number 3. Paul Stanley would be number 2. And Ace Frehley, by far, is the best solo album in my opinion. But this would probably make it into my top 10 if I were to include the solo albums in my ranking. But I love Ace's solo. As far as number 20, I've got Hot in the Shade. This was released in 1989. It's got 15 tracks on it. It's really kind of a bloated production. It's based on their demos. Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley produced this. It does have the hit song Forever. Michael Bolton co-wrote that song, and he was previously in the band with Bruce Kulick from Kiss called Blackjack. Now I like Rise to It, and I like Hide Your Heart. It has some good songs on it. I think the production's just bad on it, and it has way too many songs. Number 19, I have Monster. This is released in 2012. I think the best song on this is Hell or Hallelujah. I think it's a really heavy album compared to the previous album, but it's just the songs aren't extremely memorable to me. And the song Hell or Hallelujah sounds a lot like Deep Purple's Burn. Paul Stanley said years before on the album Love Gun, he produced the song I Stole Your Love. He said it was based off of Burn, so he kind of went back to the well on this. Number 18 is Sonic Boom. This is released in 2009. I think the songs are more memorable in this. I love Modern Day Delilah. I love Say Yeah and I'm an Animal. And there's other songs I love on this too, but those songs really stick out to me. Number 17 is Crazy Nights. This is a kind of a pop production kind of thing. It really fit in with the MTV era at the time, and this was released in 1987. I like the song Reason to Live, Turn on the Night, the song Crazy Crazy Nights, No No No. It has some good songs on it. It has a real polished kind of production to it. At number 16, I have the album Unmasked. This is kind of their pop album. Naked City, Shandy, has some good songs on it. It has a real kind of pop polish to it. This was released in 1980. Even though it shows Peter Criss on the cover, he actually didn't play on this at all. Number 15, I had Music from the Elder. This was released in 1981. It's kind of their prog album. It's Paul Stanley's hand on the cover. I actually like this album a lot. It's kind of weird and doesn't really fit in. It doesn't really sound like a Kiss album all that much, but I actually really enjoy it. Okay, this next one is Carnival of Souls. This was released in 1997. This has the original cover on it. You can see this is the cover that they actually released for it, but this is kind of the Kiss kind of doing a grunge album, really dark, grungy. This was kind of released because it was they were on their reunion tour in 1996 and 97. And it was getting pirated, and they just decided to kind of release it just to get it out, even though they were back in makeup by this time, and this is a non-makeup album. But I think I actually like a lot of songs on that. Number 13 is Psycho Circus. This is a reunion, the first and only reunion album with Peter Criss and Ace Frehley. This was released in 1998. But I love the song Psycho Circus. The title track is really great. And there are actually a lot of songs I really love on this. Journey a Thousand Years. I actually like that song a lot, and there's quite a few songs on it. But Peter Criss and Ace Frehley didn't actually play on much of this album. Number 12 is Asylum. I've actually owned this album twice on CD. This is the remastered. I had the original CD. I had this on vinyl at one time. I also had this on cassette. So this is released in 1985. It has Eric Carr and Bruce Kulick on it. A really heavy album. I really love it. Number 11 is Revenge. This was released in 1992. This is the big comeback album after Hot in the Shade Was So Bad in '89. By this time, Eric Carr had passed away, and Eric Singer had joined the band. It's a real huge comeback album for them. The song Unholy is really great. So love that one. Number 10 is Animalize. This was released in 1984. By this time, Gene Simmons had started acting, had started doing movies and stuff, and Paul Stanley had took over the band. Love the song Heaven's on Fire. I'm Not Enough. Into the Fire, and While the City Sleeps. I love this. It's released in 1984. I was 11 at the time, so some of the albums behind this probably had more songs that I like, but there's something really special about this album for me. Number 9 is Look It Up. I actually really like the title track. This was released in 1983. All Hell's Breaking Loose. A Million to One. Fits like a glove. Young and Wasted. I really love this. It's really heavy. It's the first album they did without their makeup. And you can see Vinnie Vincent's on the cover with Eric Carr. But like I said, I was 10 years old when that was released, so that's why I rank it so high. Number 8 is Dynasty. This is released in 1979. Some people call this kind of a disco album with I Was Made for Loving You and Sure Known of Something and Dirty Living. I think it's a pretty heavy album, and if you call it disco, if you want to call it that, I guess I like those songs. So I'm not a huge disco fan, but I actually like the songs in this. So love the cover. Okay, number 7 is Dressed to Kill. This is released and by the way, Dynasty was released in 1979. I don't think I mentioned that, but then back to the ranking. Number 7 is Dressed to Kill. This was released in 1975. It has the anthemic song, hit song, Rock and Roll All Night. This is their third album. Some people say the production on their albums were really kind of weak. But I still like this more than the previous album as far as the production. And I love the cover to it as well. See the light there. Number 6 is Love Gun. This is released in 1977. This is the first album that had, Ace Frehley actually sang a song on it for the song Shock Me. I Stole Your Love, Christine's 16. I actually really love the song Almost Human. And the only song I don't like on this is Then She Kissed Me, which is based on the cover. It's a cover of the song Then He Kissed Me. So that's the last track on the album. It's probably the only one I don't really like all that much. But number 5 is Hotter Than Hell. Even though the production's not great on this, the songs are great on it. I think all 10 songs are really strong. This was released in 1974. This is their second album. And I love the cover to it as well. Number 4 is Rock and Roll Over. This was released in 1976. I think I like every song on this album. think it's really strong. Number 3 is their debut album, just called Kiss, 1974. So many great songs on this. I think Kissin' Time is probably the weakest song, and that was actually an added song. Originally, this was only 9 tracks, and they added that song to make it 10. I think that's probably the weakest song, and I don't even dislike that song all that much, but so many great hit songs came from this on their debut. Number 2 is Creatures of the Night. This is released in 1982. There's so many great songs on this. The title track, Rock and Roll Hell, I Love It Loud, I Still Love You, War Machine. I mean, look at that. Look at this. This is the 1985 re-release of the album, and it's got Bruce Kulick is on it. This was 1985 that they re-released the album to try to boost the sales of it. To me, I can't really understand why this isn't platinum. It should be ranked really high for Kiss fans, but it's got a great cover, better than the re-release one, but even that's not bad though. So many great songs on it though. Number 1 has to be Destroyer. This has 5 or 6 songs that they still play live. Even today, the song Detroit Rock City, King of the Nighttime World, the great song God of Thunder. They play that live so many years. It's usually when Gene would spit blood, kind of lift it up in the air, and Flaming Youth, Sweet Pain, Shout It Out Loud, Do You Love Me? I think probably Great Expectations is probably the weakest song on this, but even that's not a bad song. This was released in 1976, and great. That's all I have. So please give me your top 20 in the comments. My ranking changes all the time. The top 3 pretty much are always the same, but I think some people may have all 80s and 90s music in their top 10. They may not like the 70s as much, but for me, I love the makeup era, the original makeup era. So I'd love to see what other people think as far as I'm sure you won't like my ranking all that much, but maybe you can give me your top 20 and just kind of tell me how you feel. And so please like and subscribe, and have a good night. Bye.